All right, everybody, if you click this video, you are going on a tour of the Lagoon Park in Farmington, Utah. So just a little bit about this park. It is located right about 20 minutes, 30 minutes from Salt Lake City, Utah, north of Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a great carnival style type amusement park. This place is growing rapidly. They've got new rides coming out all the time. They've got some of the best thrill rides ever. I've got POV videos in the link, so join us today on the XP Project. Alright, so we're gonna get a good big view of the parking lot here. So mind you, this is a weekday, and so the parking lot is pretty empty. It's like half empty right now, but this is kind of a view of the parking lot. You can see the white roller coaster there. So we're basically just gonna walk in. I'm gonna kind of show you guys from the entrance kind of where to go. So we're just gonna kind of walk through the parking lot here, and then we'll go up to the front gates and show you where that's at. We just went through the parking. Getting in and out of this park is actually pretty easy. I mean, the only time that you're gonna have any real problems is just like if you're like the very last people to leave at the end of the night, just because everybody kind of leaves at the same time. But you know, most of the time it's really easy in and out. You know, there's a lot of amusement parks that have a real hard time with parking. I'm gonna leave those nameless, but it just, you know, half your day is like trying to find parking and get in and out of the parking lot. But here it's actually pretty easy. So we're kind of just going to walk in. The thing I actually like parking over on the south side of the parking lot, because you can actually walk under the roller coaster here, and it's actually just kind of cool to walk under that. But really there's not a spot that's really better, because it's kind of just a square parking lot, so there's not really a spot that's better than any other. So I usually just kind of find whatever's open. So you can hear the roller coaster going right now. So watch this. So here you just walk through this little tunnel here. And just a quick side note, the Lagoon Beer Garden, which we'll do a little coverage on the off season because it's open all year long, that's the entrance over there. It's closed right now, but see, this is just nice. You walk under this little tunnel here, and there's the roller coaster going right now. And then straight through this tunnel is going to put you right into the north side parking, and there you can see Cannibal and all the stuff going there. So, and then, you know, I mean, even from the farthest parking spot, the walk to the front gate's like 5 minutes. So, you know, this isn't really a park that's got like multiple parking layers or anything like that. You don't really have to remember where you park because the parking lot's not that big, you know. I will say they do an extended parking on really busy days. I mean, Saturdays will usually hit the extended parking. Sometimes Friday nights will. During the weekdays, you're rarely ever going to hit it. Like right now, we're on a Wednesday. Oh, the roller coaster's going off. We're on a Wednesday, and there's no overflow parking at all. But they put that out in the field out by Cannibal. We'll take a look at that later. So here we're just walking up to the front gates. We'll go ahead and give our pass and head on in and start the tour of the actual park. All right, so this is a view right at the very entrance of the park. They do have a sign there that will always show what time it closes, but you're basically just going to walk straight down here, and this is going to take you to kind of like what I would say is like the main street of the park. And once you get to there, you're either going to go straight, which is going to take you back to Laguna Beach and the kids area, or you're going to go right, which will take you to the southern side of the park, or you're going to go left, which is going to take you to the north side. So we're actually going to be doing the south side today. This is going to be probably a 2 or 3 part video because we're also going to do Pioneer Village as well. But we'll go ahead and kind of just take a walk through everything. They've got a really nice little icy shack here that you can get buy a cup and fill up your own little drinks there. Makes it really nice. you can bring those drinks back and refill them as many times as you want as well, so that makes it really fun too. So bear in mind, there are a lot of areas right here that I cannot film because there is music going, and I don't want to get that copyright ban. So so there are going to be some quiet spots, but we'll try to film as much as we can. So all right, so immediately heading south from the front gate, your very first ride you hit is going to be Terror Ride, and then they've got this Beaver Tails. It's a really good food snack place. A lot of people really like these. Check it out for sure. All right, and then our next stop heading down is going to be the Central Park gift shop. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the better gift shops at the park. It's got some really good shirts and some little kid stuff. One thing to remember is there's a lot of carnival games here, so we're going to see a lot of those. Here's an old knock over the cow milk bottle or whatever, the milk bottle. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, and then here's your classic right here. Next stop right here is going to be the white roller coaster, the old white roller coaster. I love this one. It's got just such good aesthetics. That's a great one at night. All right, then we're still heading south here. So if you look on your left side here, this is the theater where they play the Smoke and Mirrors. That's going to be going most nights, especially during the summer. So I wanted to stop here for just a second because you've got the carousel right there. That's actually the oldest ride in the park, and that's straight across from the stage where they do the shows, and then straight across from that's the beer gardens. We're gonna do a tour of the beer gardens in the off season, but it's open all year long, so we'll do a tour on that once the off season comes in. All right, so I didn't want to do this video without mentioning the two shows that go on here. The Edge of Wonderland and Smoke and Mirrors. The Edge of Wonderland is an Alice in Wonderland themed show. Amazing, you have to see that one. Smoke and Mirrors is like a magic show. And I'm putting up the times here behind that you're gonna see right now that these play, but these are a can't miss. If you're somebody that only gets out to the park once, make sure you make time to go see these. They're amazing. All right, so as we pass the beer gardens, we've got the train station right across. Just note that above us is the Sky Ride that's going all the time. So we got the train station right across, and we're gonna be heading right down, and the next thing we're gonna hit is Wild Mouse. There is a teriyaki sticks restaurant here. They've actually got really good rice and teriyaki bowls, so that's always a good place to hit if you want to get a good actually a good meal. It's not really a snack, it's more like a meal. All right, and then turning the corner here, you're gonna see Wild Mouse. I love the placement on this ride because they've got it right here when you enter this kind of south side of the park. I love it. All right, and then if we turn from Wild Mouse, you can see the water spurting up from the cliffhanger. It's going right now. So we're gonna go down in this corner. This is actually, I might be a little biased here because of Wicked, but this is actually my favorite part of the park. So you can actually see look at the water coming off of that bad boy. Look at that. Oh, that's great. This is actually my favorite part of the park. You've got Spider here on your right when you first come in. There's Spider. Got a little bit of a queue going on there today, it looks like. And then if you keep proceeding past Spider, you're gonna go straight back in this corner here, and that's where Wicked is, my favorite ride of the park. This one's great. During the Frightmare season, Wicked's line will go all the way back in front of Colossus. And so just be ready for that, but man, it's great coming on these days. The queue, if you're a single rider like me, you're only gonna wait about 10 minutes in this line. It's great. And actually, it looks like Colossus is just getting ready to go off. We're gonna see if we can catch that. Come on, I can hear it. Oh, there it is. It's coming. It's getting ready to come out. There it goes. So, when you're standing right here down by Wicked, you can really see how close all these coasters are, because right in this little block right here, you've got White, Spider, Wicked and Colossus all right together. So that's why this is just always my favorite side of the park. So let's head back up and we'll go check out where Colossus is. All right, so when we're coming back up from Wicked, there you can see a great view of Wild Mouse. That's kind of the back side of it. Straight ahead is Zeppi's. It's an Italian ice eatery. They do only Italian ice. They do all these different flavors. This place is really good. We'll do a video on that later. But that's where your Zeppi's is. They are open on Sundays. The regular Zeppi's isn't. So if you want to get your Zeppi's fix on Sunday, make sure that you come out on a Sunday to Lagoon. So we're gonna see Colossus obviously here. And then if you turn over, you can see the Musicland Express. And we'll head back there in just a minute. All right, so this is back up on the very, very south side. Just remembering that this is a carnival type amusement park. So there are a lot of carnival games. There's some more over there. When you come over to this very far side, this is where they load for the Sky Ride, which is the one that goes from north to south. That ride will take you from this side all the way up to where Cannibal is. So that's a good one to ride if your feet are a little tired and you need to get up to the other side of the park. So
Hi, XP Project.
Thanks, guys. Oh, it's always nice to see people that want to say hi in the videos. All right, so if we're gonna head down this way, we got a fun little football game here, and that's always fun to play. This ride's actually one of my favorite ones. We're gonna do a reaction video on this one. So it's basically like a old Ferris wheel, but you're in these egg-shaped carts, and you can actually spin that thing around. And you know, if you want to get spinning like super fast, you can. You can also just go slow or just keep it still if you want to. But that's gonna be a really good reaction video because I'm gonna try to get it spinning pretty good. All right, so we're gonna continue to make our way up. We pretty much finished up the south side of the park. So now we're gonna kind of hit the mid park. So we are right where the train, oh there, look at that, that's great. Train's coming into station right now, so that's perfect timing. So we are right back to where that train station was. And you can hear it coming into town. So straight back from the train station, we're gonna come into what they would call kind of the kids land. This is all kids rides. And when I say kids rides, like I'm talking like probably somewhere like, we're talking like little kids rides. So we're talking like, you know, ages like 0 to 5. But right across from Kids Land here, if you look at the train station, you've got the tidal wave, which I have done a reaction video on. And then there is an old swings, you know, akin kind of to the swings that are at Disneyland. Pretty much the same type of thing. So those are 2 adult rides, even though we're in the Kids Land. And then when you come to the Kids Land here, they've got a lot of kind of, you know, just circular rides that the little kids can ride. But this is a great little land, you know. I remember coming here as a kid, and this whole area really has been pretty unchanged for the most part. Makes it really nice. I do not do filming at the kids lands just because I don't want to get, you know, just a bunch of kids in videos. So I'm gonna kind of just get through this part, but come check this part out if you got a kid. They love this. The rides are classic. So a couple of the rides that are at the kids land, I'll just kind of name them off. So they've got this Ladybug Bop. This is a great one. It's kind of like the Rocket, but like a little kids version. So if the kids are wanting to maybe go on that ride, but they're not quite sure yet, maybe have them go on that one first. I mean, it's like, you know, 1/4 the size of Rocket, but it's still a really fun one. They've got a little ride with Jeeps that you go around in circles and it makes it look like they're actually in a Jeep car. So that's really cool. There's a dragon that spins. That's what I'm gonna have to do on my spin challenge, which I'm not looking forward to. So we're kind of coming out of the back of the kids land, and here you're gonna see Bambora. So Bambora is right by the entrance of Laguna Beach. So that's a really great one to see because when you're going up the hill on Bambora, you can actually see a great shot of Laguna Beach. And actually right next to Bambora is the Lagoon gift shop, Laguna Beach gift shop. And you go through there, you know, if you forgot a pair of flip-flops or something, go in there, buy them before you go into Laguna Beach. It's mostly gonna be, you know, summer wear, swimsuits, things like that. So we're passing Bambora here next. Bambora is just a great roller coaster. It's just a good one for the kids, you know, because it's not like crazy intense, but it's still got a little bit of speed to it. All right, so we are heading back now to the farther north side of the park. This one's great. So this is a little like fire truck thing that goes off. And every ride they pump that steam or smoke or whatever, like the stuff you'd see in haunted houses, and it actually makes it look like the building's on fire. That's a great one. I'll do a little bit of coverage on that one later, but all right, so I wanted to stop over here real quick. So once you get past Bambora and you hit the north end of the park, you're just past the middle end of the park. There's all these actually there's the bat right there going off. Look at that. So what I just showed you, there's a bunch of kind of open seating areas. They're covered. It's great during the summer, but a lot of these are reserved. There's actually an event going on at one of these. You know, like big companies will hire somebody to cater these areas, and they'll do like company events, company parties. They do that a lot on weekdays during the summer because they are generally slower out here on the weekdays. So they'll do these reserved parties. So if there's a sign in front of it that says that it's reserved, then obviously you can't sit there, but there's tons of these, and so the likelihood of them all being reserved is very unlikely. I did see that recently though, because they had a dance competition going on like 3 weeks ago, and it was definitely completely full. So but you know, it's a good place to sit. There's plenty of grassy areas back here too, so you don't really have to worry about not being able to find places to seat. All right, so officially hitting the north side of the park now. Here's where the bat loads up. We're going to turn directly around here. Now, a lot of people don't come back here. This is why I always walk this route, because if you can see how busy it was in my earlier shots, there's nobody back here. This is a perfect place to walk. If you go straight forward, you're going to hit Primordial. So we're going to see that in a minute, but this is what I'm talking about. Here's all those empty, open, you know, seating areas. And like this one over here, you can see there's no reservation sign on it. So you could go sit there and eat with your family and just kind of take a breather, and they're all covered, so you got good shade. All right. You know, I always said that there's so much open space back here. You know, I'm a big Disneyland guy. We're gonna be there in a few months. I wish Disneyland had this kind of space, because you could put so many rides in here, and they will, eventually they will. But look at all this open space. All right, so we're gonna see, this is the Primordial. You can't see it because there's trees everywhere, but that's okay. We'll get a good glimpse of it soon. So this is gonna pop you going this back way. Like I said, a lot of people don't know that way, but it's a lot less crowded. This is gonna pop you right at the rocket. Kind of a little shortcut to get you the rocket. Little aeroplane ride over here. This is a fun one. Little helicopter type aeroplanes. So this is gonna spit you right at the rocket. And then if you look from the rocket, we're gonna get around these trees over here, but this is where Primordial is. And I did see that they put a Dippin' Dots stand in front of Primordial, so that's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, it's there. All right, interesting. So this is gonna pop you right here, Primordial. There it is. There's obviously gates up because it's not open yet. And then you got the rocket right there. All right, so we're gonna continue west from the rocket. And as I just showed you on that video right there, you saw the wheel and you're gonna see Cannibal. So we're gonna come all the way down here. So this is basically a dead end right here. This is the very north side of the park. Just to give you a reference, there's Primordial and the Screamer right there. And right behind us is the wheel and Cannibal. So right here, there's a lot of speculation that there might be another entrance put here. I don't know, I haven't heard anything of that, but I think it would be really valuable to have another entrance on this side. They've got the road all paved and everything ready to go as if there is going to be an entrance there. So it could always be just employee parking as well though. But right here, if you look, this right here is the big field I was telling you about. That's where they do the overflow parking. So that big green field that you're seeing right there, if it was a Saturday or, you know, a really, really busy day, there'd be cars just jam-packed in that overflow parking. Oh man, look at this. You can get such a good view of the Cannibal's waterfall right there. That's great. Cannibal's actually getting ready to go off right there. Look at that. That's great. So then I just wanted to show you guys that parking area because it is important, because when you hear me say that the park's in overflow, that's what I mean, is that the cars are being pushed out to the field. Generally, if the park's in overflow, probably not the best idea to come in, just because it's going to be super busy. So I kind of keep an eye on it and see what it looks like from the freeway. All right, so when you first come out of where Cannibal exits, you're going to see the Double Thunder Raceway. This is a kind of a go-kart style kind of racetrack thing. You actually control the cars. So this actually is one of the attractions here that is a paid attraction. So there's 3 paid attractions, and we're going to show this sign right here. All right, so the 3 paid attractions are the Sky Coaster, Double Thunder Raceway, and the Catapult. So the Sky Coaster is a ride where you basically, it's almost like akin to bungee jumping. So they're gonna bring you way back up to the very top peak there. You're gonna pull a ripcord and they're gonna have you go flying, and it swings basically back and forth. It's one of the taller rides at the park. The Double Thunder Raceway is basically like a, man, I mean, the only way to describe it is like when you go to those like, you know, carnival type places. They've got like the go-karts basically, but you control them yourself. So it's like, I always say that it's like Autopia at Disneyland, but you actually get to drive and you go a lot faster. It's really fun. We'll do a video on that one, but that is one of the paid attractions. And then the 3rd paid attraction is the Catapult, and that, in my opinion, is the scariest one of the 3. You're basically in a ball. You see these ones on videos on TikTok all the time, but you're in a ball, it launches you up like a catapult, and yeah, it's really high. I talked about that one a little bit on my wheel ride the other day. So from the Double Thunder Raceway here, right behind it is the bumper cars. That's just a, you know, typical bumper car ride. It's kind of more of an adult bumper cars. I probably wouldn't suggest having like really little kids go on that one, because it's a pretty good hit bumper car. There is a kids one that used to be here. That building burned down, I want to say like about 1.5 years ago, and they haven't reconstructed it yet, but I would assume that that's fully going to be back at some point. So we're passing the bumper cars right here. There are a couple smaller rides over here. You've got your Tilt-A-Whirl and the Jetstar, which is another kind of mini roller coaster. We're gonna actually walk through that area right here. So we'll turn here. This is the north side stop for the Sky Ride. So it's gonna drop you off right in front of the Jetstar. There's your north drop there, and then you can see the Jetstar right behind. It's great. All right, and then we're heading back kind of towards the middle of the park now. We made that full loop. We've got the Space Scrambler over here. This one's a classic one. This is a this is one of my like arch nemesis rides, because it's a spin ride. So it's basically just spin, spin, spin. This is one of my favorite spots at the park though, because you got the waterfall here, and you've got the Sky Ride that goes right above. All right, and then if we continue going south now, we've made the turnaround. What's gonna happen is there's gonna be an arcade off here to the right. It's just kind of a stereotypical normal, just a little arcade. But it's fun. If the kids kind of need a break from the sun, this is a great place to come, because it kind of gives them a little bit of break from the sun. So, and there's a beautiful tiger mural right on the outside of it. So you can kind of see that beautiful tiger mural there. So this spooky looking house right here actually is nothing right now, but they do, during Frightmares time, they do what's called the seance. And it's supposed to be a really scary, you know, convene with spirits type experience. It's a really fun thing. We're gonna do that this year. I don't know if I can videotape any of those things, but we're definitely gonna cover it. And then as you go around this corner here, it's gonna pop you right at Dracula's castle. So it comes right up. You can actually see the castle there, the top of it right there. That's going to pop you off at Dracula's Castle, and then if we just keep heading west from this point, you're just going to hit the front of the park again. So we've basically done the full circle. So come with me now. We're going to go back and check out Pioneer Village. All right, so we're over here directly in the middle of the park. So you got the tidal wave. We're gonna head back this way. So this is the main entrance to Pioneer Village. This is the one, the actual sign for Pioneer Village. I know this isn't a Did You Know video, but there actually is another entrance. But this is the official entrance to Pioneer Village. The other entrance is back. If you head towards like Bambora and the Bat, there's a back entrance. But this is a little bit more aesthetic, view friendly. You got the big lake over here. So fun fact, they actually used to have paddle boats on this lake, like the ones that you pedal yourself. And you could you know, you dock on those and you could just pedal around this lake. It was really nice. But I just always love this view because you got a great view of the swings and the tidal wave. So we're gonna go ahead. There's the this is the little tunnel that the train goes through. So we're gonna head back here. It's just a little alleyway. This is the way to get back to Pioneer Village. This little underpass we're gonna go under, you'll see Laguna Beach off here to your left side. This little underpass that we're going under is great during Frightmares, and I know I'm always mentioning that. Frightmares is so great here. So during Frightmares, this whole thing is full of like these jack-o'-lanterns that are lit up, and it just looks so great. They're all lit up and it's all orange in here and stuff. We'll show that when it comes out, but it's a great photo op place to get good photos during the Halloween season, and there's like fog going, and it's just great. But right here, so if you look right here, you can see Laguna Beach is going to be on your left side, walking all the way back to Pioneer Village. So in a lot of the Pioneer Village videos I do, you can see the slides. That's because it's right there on the left. So, and it's kind of funny because when you're back in Pioneer Village, you kind of feel like you're in a different era because it's all old school. And then you'll kind of walk out of a building, you hear like the hip-hop music playing from Pioneer, or from Laguna Beach, and it's just really funny. So all right, so the one thing that's great about this park is the wildlife is just kind of does its own thing. So you're gonna see ducks, you're gonna see geese, you're gonna see peacocks, and they're really loud when you get back here. So, but just don't touch them, but they just roam free and they don't bug you if you don't bug them. So right here's that coin building that I was talking about in my one video. So we're basically just entering Pioneer Village right now.
So maybe
That's funny, I said the peacock because there's actually one right here right now. Look at how great that is. All right, so when you get to the middle of Pioneer Village here, you're gonna look left. There's a left side over here, and then down here is the right side. So you got your north and south. Straight forward is the Old Mill Barbecue House and Rattlesnake Rapids. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the north side. So if you head up this way, this was the little lake that I was telling you about that used to be a fishing pond. Not anymore. You got a nice little gift shop here. I like this gift shop. They've got a couple little just kind of fun little like western-y type stuff. They've got a really cool bear in here that you can get a good picture with. All right, so we're gonna continue heading north. I love how they've just got kind of wagons sitting out and stuff everywhere. It makes it look really nice. I am gonna do videos of all these buildings, but I'm just kind of giving you a view of what it kind of looks like back here. So this is gonna be your north side here. So I did want to just take a moment because on this north side of Pioneer Village is where the log ride used to be, and I'm really thinking they're going to be putting something here because it doesn't look like they just tore it down. They've actually put scrim up all around it, and it does say "Pardon our dust. Lagoon is working hard to improve this area for your future enjoyment." I really think that there's a good chance that something's going to go there. Just because I just don't think that they'd put up that scrim if they weren't trying to kind of keep something secret. So we'll keep an eye on that, but I don't think it's going to be anything we're going to see anytime really soon. But it does give me hope that something's going there because that was a classic ride, and I just kind of hate to see it just go, you know. All right, so now we're going to head over to the south side of Pioneer Village. This is the south side, in my opinion, is the best part because it really looks like just a little town from the old west here. So if you look, you can kind of just walk down the middle of the street here. There is a really good salad and wrap place here that makes fresh salads during the summertime. That is one that I don't think is open all year long, but so we're gonna kind of walk down here. Like I said, we're gonna be doing a Did You Know video on all these buildings, but it's just really authentic, kind of old school, Old West. That pink building up ahead is the ice cream shop that we did a video on. There's the dentist and barber shop that we did the video on. Wouldn't be a day back here if you can't hear the peacocks yelling at us. That ice cream shop is super popular. Got really good ice cream in there. Over here, this little, man, I want to say that's a teal green type building. You can actually go in and get your photo taken like old-timey, you know. It does like the black and white, you know, like the, well, almost like the sepia color, and they dress you up all Western clothes, and it makes it really fun. So this is that kind of Union Circle here. The ground does get dirt ground at this point, so if you have shoes that you don't want to get dirty, probably stay away from this area. But as long as it's not like a wet day, it's not really going to get too dirty. But we don't really get many wet days out here. That's why it's so shocking that it's been raining so much. So coming back here is that telephone museum that we went over in our Did You Know video, and that's pretty much going to hit the very south side of Pioneer Village. So we're going to kind of head back around to the Union Circle here. I do love this clock here. It's really nice. Super old school clock. All right, and then you basically go around this circle here. There's a big river that flows right back over this direction. We're gonna see if we can get a little glimpse of it. The reason, it's funny, I'll always mention the rivers and how they're flowing so nicely is just because the last 2-3 years here, we've been super dry in Utah, you know, drought levels. And it's just really nice to see this river flowing back here. And we'll get a good view of that on the bridge here. We're gonna go over in just a minute, but we're coming up here. Here's the back of that circus building that we did the Did You Know video on. So we're gonna head back this way. Man, the peacocks are out and alive today. And here's our wagon building here that we did that one on the other day too. Great building to go in if it's a hot day and you need to cool down for a minute. Grab a nice cold drink and head in there. Look at this peacock's crossing the road here. I say it on all the videos, but I'm convinced that the peacocks are the owners of this park, not the people. All right, so we are popping out right at the Old Mill Barbecue Shack. Come get food here, it's really good. This place runs all day, and they got good barbecue, pork, ribs, fries, cheeseburgers. Oh man, so good. Bacon. All right, so now we're gonna head back to our pretty much last destination here. So we are gonna be at the very, very east side of the park, very back of the park. So we're heading back here. There is a chocolate frozen banana stand here, and that is pretty much nice during the summers. So I wanted to get a good view of this. So this is the back end of that river that I was showing right here, just flowing nicely right there. All right, so coming right up over the bridge, you're gonna come right back here. This big Bowery area that's the open seating, that is actually a haunted house during the Frightmare season. And they say that it's the scariest one. It's supposed to be like an Old West styled haunted house. So we're gonna go through that this year when it comes out. We're hitting the corner here now where if we go straight forward, we're gonna fall right into water, basically. There's a nice little Rattlesnake Grub gift shop, and it's called the Peddler's Place. And then the Rattlesnake Grub is where you can get some good ices, snacks, food. Come up right around in here to the corner, and you're gonna see Rattlesnake Rapids. See if we can catch a boat going by here. I'm hearing screams, but I'm not seeing a boat yet. Oh, here comes one. Oh, so that's so great. Look at that, it just comes right around the corner there. All right, so we're gonna head back here. So it's really interesting where they put Rattlesnake Rapids. They kind of had to, because this was the only spot that they could have that kind of water flowing. But it's kind of back here by itself. So, you know, it's like, I'm always used to going to places like Disneyland where there's like specific lands, you know, and it's kind of like the debate where it's like, you know, what land is Matterhorn in? Is it Fantasyland? Is it Tomorrowland? Is it his own land? But I like to think that like Rattlesnake Rapids, it's like its entirely own land, because they've got all these little like mine carts and great aesthetics. The line will come all the way back here on a hot day, on a busy hot day, so just be ready for that because it gets really busy. We're gonna kind of see if we can get a little glimpse of here. I love this. There's a little little shack that you come out of. You can see the water flowing nicely there. It always feels so good to sit there and get the steam of the water coming into your face, the cool water. So talking about how this is almost like its own land, right directly behind Rattlesnake Rapids where we were just talking, this open space right here is right where the log ride used to be. So if they put a ride here, it would be perfect and goes right along with what I'm saying, that Rattlesnake Rapids really is its own thing. It would be really nice if they put something there, because it would kind of add a little bit more to this land, if you want to say, versus it just being just Rattlesnake Rapids. A lot of people, I just hear people say this, and I agree. If you want to go on Rattlesnake Rapids, you got to go to the very back of the park, and there's not really anything else to ride back here. So it would be really nice if they had something right there, and there's plenty of space. I mean, that's the one thing. It's funny, like I'm on Reddit forums and whatnot, or just, you know, general Disney chat about like Disneyland, and you know, everyone's like, put in new rides, put in new rides, and it's like they don't have room there, you know. I mean, there's not a lot of room in Disneyland to put rides because they're right in the middle of the city, but there's so much room out here. And even land that Lagoon doesn't own, they could buy up, because there's, I mean, we're in the middle of the desert, there's plenty of room out here. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Looking at that parking lot, when we were looking at that open space where they put the overflow parking, right across the freeway from there, there's a huge shopping center. It's called the Station Park Shopping Center. And they've got a movie theater over there, tons of stores, and it's basically like an outdoor mall. And so you can actually park over there, and they do have ways to get over to Lagoon from across the freeway. So that's over there too. But I mean, this park could expand so far with the room that we've got out here. So if I ever mention, oh, you know, I hope they put in more rides or whatever, room is definitely not a issue for them. So while I'm back here too, I did want to mention, I spend a huge chunk of time back in Pioneer Village. This is a peaceful little land for me. Even on the busy days, it's moderately slow back here. And man, you just get the summer night breeze kind of blowing in your face, and it's just nice and quiet back here, and it makes it really nice. I just love walking through here. It's just something, like I said, I have a pass, so I'm not like fixated on running in and like riding every ride every night. It's just nice to walk back here, get some exercise, and just relax back in Pioneer Village. So I'm back here most of the time, so if you ever see me, it's probably going to be back here. All right, everybody, that's going to conclude our walk around tour of Lagoon in Farmington, Utah. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. Thank you so much for the follows. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. If there's anything that you want to see, feel free to hit it up in the comments or just say hi. If you see me out at the park, feel free to say hi also. Don't be shy. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on the XP Project.